Welcome to the Redline Podcast with your host, 8-Bit of Fun. Redline.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the Redline Podcast. Redline Podcast. I'm your host, 8-Bit, and I have Ed.
What you really call this? Well, it is the first episode of the name.
Yes.
Not our first episode.
No, it's not the first episode. Everything else was just a trial. Now we have Zig, the editor in chief. Woo.
Still bust cheeks. Editor in cheeks. That's the way.
Editor in cheeks.
And I'm your host once again. I get top billing and last credits, 8-Bit. And today we have a very special episode. I mean, out of everything we've done so far, I feel like, one, we just finished up the Evo episode, and following that, a guy by the name of a up-and-coming Street Fighter player named RobTV. Very good channel. I haven't seen any of his gameplay per se, but he's giving like tips and tricks on the fighting game Street Fighter 5, the whole community. But the video in question that's on the Redline is the American FGC is whack. I for one was appalled by just the title, and I thought it was clickbait. He was serious. Now, it's salty, it's toxic, but is it really whack? And that's what brings it to the red line here today. So we can draw it in the sand if it is whack. So I bought my Street Fighter specialist, Ed, as well as, Evo visitor, and just, all around good person to talk about this kind of stuff with, since, he keeps up with, all the major fighters. And I mean, Ed's the best person I have for a subject like this. And come on, man, give yourself some credit.
Make me seem like I'm supposed to be on MSNBC or something, man.
Hey, man, you my specialist for this, bro. The guy, I watched the video, and he made all these points about how people don't have to be introverts. People take losing a certain way, where he tried to give them pointers, and he was like, oh, in Japan, they have actual, like, after they do their sets, they sit there and they break down the rounds and all this other stuff. And then I'm hearing him reverse say, oh, he gave advice, somebody didn't listen, so he's no longer giving advice. And that's the change that we need. So I admit, streaming, everywhere you go, even streaming, I give advice to people and they don't follow it. I give tips and tricks that help me along the way and they don't follow it. But this is completely different. Fighting it is competition. It's business. I mean, real legit people, business, sponsors. People devote their whole life to this. I'm 18 and I'm jumping into this fighting game community, whether it's Tekken, Soul Calibur, Marvel, Blaze,
Fighters, all kinds of games, Guilty Gear.
Yeah, about to Blaze Blue, if y'all didn't say that already.
Yeah, they are giving their lives with no guarantee. Just a hope and a prayer. It's the new, I'm gonna go to Hollywood and be on Broadway. That's what the internet is right now. And he said the American community is whack. Now, I'm gonna go into my little spiel, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Ed and Zig if he has something to chime in, or Zig, if you got something to say while I'm about to do my little rant, feel free. But
you have the floor, my friend.
Thank you. So, one, the FGC, a community, has died since the arcades have died in America. Arcades are still big in Japan, where you can go to an arcade without it being attached to like Walmart, Chuck E. Cheese, some weird offset thing. It's just an arcade where you can go play games, Plakinko, whatever, the little ball game, all that stuff. You can go to Japan and still go to an arcade. We don't have that luxury here in America. So the only thing we do have are locals. And if you want to spend money to go to a convention, or even MechaCon had tournaments and stuff like that, where you could get together with people who you probably only see once a year if they go. That has died. We don't have that rooted, fundamental situation of I can go to an arcade, I can meet people, and I can practice. And that's where I'm saying a community and competition in general, people respond to the social and economic situations they are placed in. So if you take a person that is rich and all they knew was being rich and high class and being servitude, and put them in a project, an American project, they wouldn't know what to do. They would not be able to survive. Same thing with the fighting game community. FGC cannot survive. American FGC cannot survive without some kind of structure where, hey, these people meet up once a month. They can host things online. Speedrunners have it. We have a website we could go to, communicate, talk. People can say, hey, anybody want to do a race? I don't believe the FGC has that, where it's a Discord or a site you could go to and say, I want to run some sets, I want to practice, because it's so monopolized by money and greed at this point. And that's just my opinion on it, because everything I see is, he even said it in there, oh, everybody come there, they want to shake hands, go out, lunch, party, and salty sweets. And I'm like, I get it, but you got to think about it. There's so much greed tied up in this. You don't want to take advice from somebody when you up and coming. You'll take the advice, but once you on a certain level of professionalism, people expect you to kind of know, and you have to show I'm strong. I have to show some kind of force where it don't look like I'm weak, or I'm clout chasing, or trying to grab on the Daigo heels or knuckle heels and say, look, I know these people, I need something, or yeah, I'm their partner. And then he takes that same mentality and goes to a second video about him, the E-League, and it's him having that same negativity that he talked about after Evo. That, oh yeah, you know, it's whack, blah blah blah. And he's in the same video saying, yeah, F all my haters, they don't mean nothing, they do what you want to do, go out there, be the best you possible. What if that's what they're trying to do? They're just trying to be the best of them possible, and the best way for them to do that is to have this show of force where they're confident and they cocky. Your same mentality, now you got a mental focus where, oh, you gotta express and you gotta do all this other stuff. To me, that's just a fake attitude. Cause now you talking about, oh, I'm on TV and my haters, they telling me how much of a good job I did. Look, I get on Twitch every day, for the most part, every day. And well, I get on Twitch every day, even if I'm not streaming. I'm in somebody else's community, I'm chatting with people and just being friendly. And if I just said, oh, the only reason I'm on Twitch is for when I'm on Twitch, then I'm never getting anywhere. And now you saying, oh, all the haters, they gonna come after you, they trying to get clout, they trying to congratulate you, but they didn't care about you when you was trash. You don't deserve anything that you have at that point. And now you trying to be humble, like you went to Evo, and now it's like, oh, I need to start focusing on me and my fighting style. But then you say, oh, Daigo probably gonna drop Ryu we don't need to because of this. Stop worrying about the other person. Focus on you and your content and what you enjoy. Be the best fighter you can be. If you want to go back and reanalyze your footage and play people that you feel comfortable playing with in your hotel room, that's cool. You don't have to go do all that other stuff. That's just my take on it. Ed, what you got on it, man?
Well, I do agree with you on some things. I do agree with him on some things. Well, actually, I only agree with him on one thing. And I do disagree with a lot. As far as the community does have somewhere where you can go and talk to other people. The thing is, you don't get a lot of responses off there. Then when you do get some of those responses, it's like, all right, we're gonna meet up. You send your PSN or your Xbox Live or whatever account, and it depends on how active you guys communicate outside of srk.com, shoryuki.com. You got on that website. You got forums where you can communicate per game that you play in, and it gives you some other articles on there too. But for him though, RobTV, I'll tell you honestly, I think right before we started recording, I said I don't really know this dude like talking about, and he was naming some big people, like he named Punk and Knuckle Dude, and I was like, you naming like some of the top players in the USA right now, so I can understand when after they done running they said they trying to get away from everybody. If they in the winners, or even if they still playing for top 8 or whatever, I can understand. Okay, I done my set, high five, I gotta go. Like, I can understand that. That man's in his zone right now. He's not trying to break focus right now. You can't be mad at somebody because of what they need to do to keep themselves active in a game, because you already spend money to get to these events. Then you got paid for your room and housing, your room and food, and it's like at the end of the day, this is their job, essentially. Like they pay their bills with this money, so they can't just be going to these majors and I'm gonna party the whole time, but I'm not worried about making top 8 or winning this thing. So if I'm gonna go to a major, I'm gonna enter into that major, I'm gonna be more focused, and I'm probably gonna be standoffish too. Like after I've done my set, all right, I'll see you later. And then maybe after the tournament's over for the day, I'm ready to party and hang out a little bit, because that's probably like my stress reliever for a little bit. I don't know, but because I haven't played competitively in a long time. But as far as the community, going back to the community is still big. It's so spread out with us being in dates, and you go to these places like Japan, and you look at these places, the Asia and European area, where you have so many players in a small area. Yeah, you can have your local, and you can have like 300, 200 people into that local. Okay, cool. Here in the United States, you got your big areas. You got the Northeast, which is consistent of like Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. Then you have NorCal and Southern Cal. They actually split it up like that for some reason. Then outside that, you got Combo Breaker, you got CEO down in Florida, and you got a Texas Showdown in Houston, Austin. That's pretty spread out. You got a final round Atlanta. Those are like major areas and major tournaments. But to people like me, that's kind of spread out. So, of course, seeing some other people, I'm not gonna I'm gonna come there with my mind ready to play. I'm not coming there to sit there and just hang out. If I pay $30 to enter this tournament, at least I want to try to get my money back. Plain and simple.
True.
But the way he would say something and then go back and contradict himself. I was like, who is this man?
Yeah.
Like, you can't get mad at a top player for being standoffish and being to himself. You can't get mad at somebody not giving you advice, or if you give them advice, they don't take your advice, because they still their own person. Even outside of the fighting game community, you tell a person, all right, you just made your first check at your job. You need to put a little bit down in the savings and hold on, because you don't want to blow your whole check. And they still go out there and blow it. Are you gonna really get mad at that person?
Like, nah, man, that's you do you, baby.
That's your money, and that's what you chose to do. I can give you all the advice I can, but it's up to you to follow it. I'm gonna be happy for you regardless, because if you sat there and listened to what I got to give you, obviously you had to take something from it, or I take something from it. And you just, I don't know, man. The way he was just making it seem like people just say fuck you and keep going about their day. I've never experienced that, dog. Like, in America, we had the online warriors, like I said before. I met a lot of people that still play online only, and I used to run sets with them. I never met these people a day in my life. I never even talked to them over the mic on Xbox Live, but he or she sent me a message saying, "Want to run some sets?" All right, cool. And we play for like 2-3 hours. Don't matter what the record is. I might go 30-0, might go 20-20. I might get my ass whooped and not win a fucking match. But at the same time, I'm still playing and I'm not mad at it. I'm getting my ass whooped, or I'm winning, and you learn it from that experience. You just can't expect to go to a local. Not many people got locals. Like where we live at now,
our locals are trash.
Right, we got a local every 3 or 4 months. Like, I think they had one actually today, the 18th of August. And I don't even know, I think like 30 people entered. I think my boy Carlos, he entered because he had texted me about it. But like every 3 months for a local, when you got some places that do these things weekly and you got these things done monthly. Yeah, you can't be mad at the area that it's happening in. If it's not big, it's just not big. So you go to alternative things online. That's why it's so accessible to play online now. But you just can't get mad at the person for what they do about it. And you can't say that the whole FGC is cancerous and it's bad and all this because of your experience. Because you went to Evo and not compete, but you spectated. You are a spectator at that point. You're not competing, my man. Sit down, watch the matches, enjoy the matches. That's all you can do. To RobTV, if you ever hear this, you got a problem with me, hit me.
We can run them sets. Nah. Zig, you got anything on that?
Well, of course, I'm not part of the FGC, so my whatever I gotta say probably will be invalid anyway. But I do play fighting games. I'm just not part of like a competitive community. I'm more of a casual gamer.
Don't worry, my FGC card has been revoked years ago.
You know what I'm saying? But in terms of like certain things like that, like, you know, just because he does it professionally, and then you got some people that go there, you know, like myself that will go there, you know, I would be one of the people that would probably be like, oh man, this is cool, like this is awesome, and you know, you can't get mad at me if I'm like that and I'm not taking it serious like you know, Drew Brees look at a football game differently than I would look at a football game, you know, but he's not gonna get mad at me, you know, if I take it a different way than he does. I'm not an athlete, you know, but it's just one of those things. I just hate, like, I don't know who pissed in his grits or whatever when he went over there, but usually whenever someone says like, everybody and all y'all, they use terms like that. Like, you had to have some sort of bad experience, and all of a sudden now the whole FGC is trash to him. Like, you know, but I just don't like that condescending, like, tone of it, you know. It's like, especially somebody like him, he's in a good spot to where he could actually get a good fan base, because he's like right in that middle ground of like being like, you know, kind of like one of those top popular people, and like being from, you know what I'm saying? So he could really be like a fan favorite, but I think he's going about it the wrong way. Maybe he don't want to be a fan favorite. Maybe he wants to be a heel, but I mean, that's just kind of, I don't know. It's kind of, I'm indifferent about it. It's some things I kind of understood what he was going at, but he kind of like went about it the wrong way, I guess. I don't know. It's like, I kind of see where you're going at with it, but the way you going about it is not right. You know, it's like, and then at the same time too, it's like, you know how they say clout chasing? I feel like he got that clout tasting. Like, he tasted a little bit of that clout and he don't know how to act. I mean, like, I don't know this dude, and like I'm saying, like, I don't know, but just going by your videos, you putting everything out on YouTube, just like we gonna get judged on this if people watch it, you know. But you put it on the YouTube, and that's how you come off at.
Now, Rob. One, I'm not knocking you for anything you've done. It looks like you have accomplished a lot. I've looked at your video. I've looked at your channel. You have stepped it up. You even give pointers on how 6 mistakes that newcomers make. You go down in detail on like things that people could do better or how to get better. And that's the positive aspect of the channel that I see, because that's stuff that I want to do and that's stuff that I can get at. And even in your speech in the video where you saying wearing your free shirt, where you was like, this my shirt, this me, I got my name out there, I did it, I give you the hand clap. You've earned it. You really went over the top. You reached for whatever goal you're going to, and this looks like this is the moment where you can break through to the top and really just shine and make the FGC, at least the Street Fighter 5 section of it, what you kind of look at and what you in terms would need and what you would want to see. There's no difference between the FGC here in America and Japan, besides the fact that they have things that bring them closer together. We don't have the line of quarters like, waiting on somebody to, run mine. Everybody putting their quarter down like, yo man, that's mine. I'm waiting in line. Who got next? Cool. We don't have that anymore. That era is gone for us. I grew up in that area. I was fortunate enough to grow up in that area, and I appreciate it.
Right before Winter Week.
Yeah, so I remember sitting at the arcades in the East. It was like Aladdin's Palace or something like that. Yeah, I was there every weekend. I was there. I was there every weekend with all, like, dude, there was sometimes I didn't eat lunch for a week, the whole week, because I saved up all my quarters to go to Aladdin and run my sets with people. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I remember that. Zig, man, you was at the bowling alley when they had it, and people was running sets after they got done bowling.
Yeah, at the bowling alley. Yeah, we used to go to the bowling alley just to play the arcade.
Yeah, we that's the era that I grew up in, and I'm glad I got to experience that. And that's the one thing that we don't have anymore. They can do that. A very positive person could go there in Japan and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spend a day at the arcade playing my fighting game with kids. Just, yo man, I got you for this round, or whatever the case may be. I don't know what they do. They could be doing it, they could not be doing it. They could be sitting at home in the stream house, in the practice bin, running their sets with people, but still, it ain't nothing to get on a train in Japan, go to Osaka, run your set, jump back on the train, go back home. I can't go jump on a Greyhound bus, go to Cali, then turn around and come back. No, it's uneconomical for us to be doing that. And like Ed said, we don't live in an area that's lucky enough to have locals every week, or we have jobs where we not in a position to do those every week. But I can play devil's advocate. I understand where you're coming from seeing Japan and America didn't really place, and people complaining about matchups and stuff like that. It's kind of off-putting where I know I work with people that you talk about fighting games and they lose, they immediately start talking about, oh, well, I had a bad matchup, such and such can't play against that. But that's the part of the game.
It's part of the game. Yep. You
just run into that. You can overcome it. And I understand what you're saying. Everybody say, oh, I just don't win against that character, or it exists. It's just a part of playing a game. Everything, people find something to complain about. Now, I'm not complaining about this video. I was just saying I encourage everyone to go to RobTV's channel, watch the videos. We'll have them linked in the bottom, but just watch it. In that red video, it's very inspiring, but you got to get through the first part, which is like, why am I watching this? This is somebody getting a first taste of victory, and they did it wrong. And that's where the problem comes in. We gotta take our victories and really make sure that we, one, understand where we came from, and two, don't hurt anyone's feelings that we are literally stepping over at this point. Like me, I'm finally getting up there in my viewership count. I'm doing things that I'm happy about, and I'm getting the outcome. And that's why I made that dumb tweet telling something. You got to trust the process. The process is time. You have to trust time, and you have to work on it every day. This is the most work I've put in this year on my channel, and I'm getting the results back. I finally flipped the switch, and this is my time to bring it all together. And I'm focusing on that. And I'm focusing more on the Redline Podcast. I'm focusing more on the quality of content that I'm trying to produce. I'm focusing more on this group that we have now, to the point where if people don't show up, that's on them. I'm fine with it. I'm not going to force you to be here. I'm not going to hold your hand to be here. I just want everyone to understand it's not you. It's me. I'm an adult. I'm making the changes that needed to be made for the greater good. I want everybody to be great. I want to hear other people's success stories. I want people to ask me. I want all of us to be sitting at a big table, and then people just saying, yeah, how do you all y'all know each other, and all y'all doing these different things? Ed out here, the new Hugh Hefner, full-time G Money, got his KD ratio to 2.3. Zig. yeah, but I'm talking about 13 years from now when his KD ratio finally break to 2 point something. And
if that dude sitting in that damn chair for 13 years, I'm gonna be so hurt for him.
But really, think about this. So we all like games. We all play games that we passionate about.
Right.
What's the difference between us and all the other people getting called by Bandai, getting sponsorships, doing all this stuff? They hustling. They are legitimately hustling from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to bed. And they go to bed because they just exhausted. They're not going to bed because they're like, I got an early morning. They edit their videos. They strive. They feed the wolf. They feed that wolf inside them that wants to be great. And the wolf is the perfect analogy to this, because the wolf could be with a pack, but then a lone wolf if he needs to be. So either way it goes, they're feeding the wolf that they want to be. I want to be a wolf pack, but if case may be, I'm perfectly fine being a lone wolf. Everybody here pretty much feels that way. We give G Money, we give full-time G Money so much crap, but I am very proud of him.
Right.
He's stuck by his gun. He did everything he could, and he's still doing stuff where he said, you know what, I can't be a part of this team that I'm on the right way, but I'm gonna do the best that I can to be a part of it. What do we need to do?
Just do what I can. Yep.
Exactly.
Everybody got their role.
He's playing that part. Just like Rob. Rob can play his part in the fighting game community. He wants it to be great. He wants to be great. He says every video, I'm gonna be the best. I know I'm the best. I'm gonna be the best. Hey, he got his spirit in him. He's feeding that wolf. And now, this is the opportunity. You found the problem. He found the problem. I want to see what his outcome is to fix it. I want to see what his suggestions are to fix it. That's what I want. That's the next video that I want. He got the rules on, yeah, you know, people can't be salty, how to deal with defeat, how to move forward. Now, how to fix the community. Show me that. Show me that video. How to fix the community. What we need. What the community needs. Because outside of the top ranks of Street Fighter 5, everybody else, I don't do it. I'm gonna move to another game. I'm gonna wait for something else to come out. It's too crowded. All right, cool. Yeah, like it's too crowded. I don't want to be a part of that. Oh, that's too stressful. Ooh, I don't want to have to go up against him because he show up at my locals. I don't want to be in competition with him.
Running. And I don't mean to cut you off because, you know, we've kind of been through this before. Remember, like, when we were into Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. And we was, like, be honest, bro, we had, like, good decks. And we never went to tournaments.
If I could have gotten off work more, I went to tournaments. That's the one thing. I went to tournaments.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But some of the people in our group had top-tier decks that were meta decks and didn't want to do nothing. Didn't want to do nothing.
The matchups.
Yeah. Ooh, what if I have to go against that?
What if I have to go against this? You know. Well, like I said, yeah. I just thought of that. I thought that was, you know, that was a good application to bring that up. Like, been through that before. Like, not using full potential, and you got all the tools like right in front of you.
Yes, you have access to me who could play any deck. You give me a deck, let me look at the cards, I'll figure it out. I can literally mirror match people and be like, oh, I was teaching you when you, I was like, yo, bro, look, add this card to your deck. I promise you, you're going to get results. Started sweeping them. I was like, yo, bro, add this card, bro. This what you do. This how you go. I wasn't going to get no deck recipes. I was like, it's not fun if you feel like you got to force to play these characters because they handle every matchup. So you got to tweak your play style. I am a berserker at heart. I will run in and block shit with my face. Like, that's just how I am. So I need a character that can reflect that. I can't pick a character that's tech heavy and parry and counter because I'm like, I can't do it. I'm gonna just fight my matchup and be the best me possible. I can't be Daigo. I can't. I just can't.
Man, I can't lie, bro. That's part of the reason why I didn't play 5 is because my top player is Phelan. He's not in 5. I've been playing with him since Super Street Fighter, like Fei Long is my dude. That's my ace character.
And I'm lucky enough to just have Ryu as my favorite character. It was Ken, but I don't like Ken's play style. It's too flashy. It's too flashy for me.
Flashy. Yeah, you're right. It's very flashy.
Yeah.
I like how it was. Like, it's always like Ryu is basic. Everybody knew that. But Ken, it was a little bit more to it.
Yes.
And you can do a little bit more with it. Now it's just like, all right, not across the fucking screen with a Tatsu. Like, what?
Like flashy. It was too flashy, and I was like, that irritates me. And Akuma was my backup character, but Akuma, he a glass jaw. Like, he powerful. He a glass cannon. Like, you can take out so much, but you get half a combo on you. You like, all right, I'm at half health now. I got about 5 hits left, if that.
You better be a dodging parry master.
And that's why I was like, I can't do it. Like, anything, if my match not over with in 20 seconds, I lost. With Akuma, it's over with. 20 seconds, and if you could parry, I'm like, all right, well, it's over with for me. I gotta reset my combo. I only know 2 combos, and it's 20 seconds long. So if you can survive 20 seconds, and I gotta reset, then it's gonna be like, well, time over with. What we doing now? I'm gonna put down the controller. You figure out how you gonna win. If not, I'm gonna just reset the combo and see what you do. So it's just unrealistic for me. But I love Street Fighter. I love the characters in Street Fighter. I love the stories.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go out and literally watch all these people fight and replay them and try to do their tech and trying to put, second match Evo 2015 with 3rd round finals. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that to try to mirror people's move and, I'm going to do this because I seen him do that in a situation like this. I want to be able to naturally feel my opponent out and not have to revert back to somebody else's teachings and play style to figure out my own fighting combo.
You can still scout, you can still scout.
Yeah, like, that's something cool. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know if I did the angle kick, if I did down forward. Like, I can understand that. But for me to be memorizing matches of other people for my play style, no.
That's how the game is, dude.
That's why for Street Fighter now, they have like the pros and cons of. You can find like the pros and cons of your matchup versus a character. It's a lot easier for you to get the matchup in your head, like what works and what doesn't work compared to what this guy does.
This specific character,
this character at this specific moment, or when he does this, because then it's easy to mirror somebody else's gameplay, but just like a mirror, it can be broken.
Yes.
So if I'd seen if you mirror somebody's gameplay, obviously they've seen this person's gameplay before too. But not obviously, it's a possibility. So they probably can see like, oh well, he's gonna have these 2 options that he's gonna go to because he's playing exactly like this. But if you playing the matchup to the pros and cons of the matchup, then you can have more options in that matchup, and now you keep your opponent on their toes. They don't know up where they need to block. They don't know where the overhead's coming, the cross up. They don't know these things. So you gotta really learn your matchups wise compared to just your player wise.
I think that's why that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'm like, just that casual gamer. Like, I've been playing Street Fighter since like Super Nintendo, but like I never got into like the matchup part. It was just more of like, oh, Rio's this guy, my character, and then I do this, and he got this move, and Zangief, he does this, or Blanca does, so it's more of like character than like what you said for the matchups, and that's what, separates the casuals from the professionals, So I didn't even think of it like that.
And that's the thing. Once you start changing your mindset on who you want to play, because figuring out your character is the hardest thing to do for any fighting game. And once you figure out who works best for you, because you could be like, oh, I want to play with this character, and then you get straight owned every time you play with that character. And then you might set it to random one time, and from the random, you may get oh man, you know what? This kind of nice. This is actually pretty good. I like this character. It's fun. That was like me in Guilty Gear. I wanted to play as it was the lightning dude who was pretty much like the anti-soul bad guy. He wore white and he had a long, thin sword. And I got bodied with him bad. I picked up Soul Bad Guy just at random because red was my favorite color. I just played with Soul Bad Guy and I was like, you would have swore I played this game all the time. I was like air juggling people. And it was easy. Like I was like, I'm just naturally comfortable with this character and it fits my playstyle. And then they switched it to like it was Soul Bad Guy before he was like his regular self and he had a different sword, and that character plays completely different and it was hard and it was trash. And then I was like, alright, cool. I need to go back to Soul Bad Guy. I just thought this was the same character. He just looked cool. Bet. So it's just finding that character, that middle ground. But like I said, Rob, bro, I'm not trying to beat you down. I just thought it was an interesting video that Zig found and shared with us, and I encourage everybody to go see it. He gets the 8-bit seal of approval for just the atmosphere that he has. Now, some of the videos, I'm telling y'all, it's kind of rough to watch, especially if you hate certain language or you don't want to be that guy.
He's definitely a trash talker.
Yeah. So just make sure you bring your earphones if you at work and you want to listen to the videos. But anybody that's interested in getting into competitive fighting or anything like that, I highly recommend you start off with his channel and just scope around YouTube, type in what you're looking for, and just watch all the videos. Somebody will like it, somebody may give you the point of interest, and you could end up going from there. Now, don't go around telling everybody 8-bit sent you and get me sued, because then I end up on, with the Nintendo treatment. Well, everybody, you gotta take down that video. You going too far now. You done stole everything from us. You got all the views. Give me my views back. But guys, I highly recommend y'all go ahead, hit up Rob. Don't tell him 8-bit sent you, because I don't want him come looking for me and talking about something. Yeah, let's run these sets. I gotta practice. I got 3 fight sticks that I do not use. So just letting y'all know, my FGC card has been revoked. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 took that and threw it in the trash. So if he won't hit me up, that's on him. But don't tell me y'all. I'm just gonna keep my name out your mouth. Redline, when you walk in, Redline, and wait at the door and be like, Redline. If we don't answer, don't come back.
Another thing too, going back to the arcade scene, what I've been seeing popping up around like in different states now.
What?
Which is very rural. These Barcadians.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, Barcadians.
Like David Buster's?
Hold on, guys. If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna just interrupt you right quick, Ed. And I'm just going to kind of commandeer the podcast right quick. Guys, we have here Mr. Eda Lauren. It is his birthday. It is 12 o'clock.
Oh,
midnight.
yeah!
It is 12 o'clock midnight. If y'all do not mind wishing our fellow brother, Mr. Eda Lauren, happy birthday on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday!
All right.
Y'all forgot to add one word to the end of it.
Oh, my bad. What's up?
Nigga.
Okay, all right.
All right, my bad. Continue.
But
We'll never get sponsors. Redline.
real life. But
This is gonna be an easy editing process. I was like, oh, copy and paste this.
Oh, jeez.
But I've been seeing these barcades pop up around different states and different areas of different states where it's not a lot of people. And if you do go to places like Dave and Buster's and wherever they may have arcade machines at, you don't see that many fighting games in those places at all.
Yeah, because nobody won't get bodied while eating steak.
And it's sad we're saying Dave and Buster's is like an arcade. You know, it is, but not like a fighting and stuff. But,
Right.
yeah.
Like the first time I went to one of these barcadias, it was in Raleigh, North Carolina, about this like 2015, 2016, and I'm looking around. They got a shit ton of arcade cabinets in the bitch, but I'm looking and I'm like, all the fighting game ones people play one round, one match, and walk off. That was it. They literally was just there just to get drunk and maybe play something else.
Dave and Buster's.
Right. It's a cheaper version of Dave and Buster's because going to Dave and Buster's you gotta pay before you even walk in there, bitch.
Before you even walk in, yeah, you gotta get this card. And
$20.
What?
So when you do we have one actually close.
Yeah, we have one close by. I guess we have to
live
bring
in.
8-bit over there since he's never been.
Wait, hold up. On my vacation, I found out on the last day I was in the hotel connected to the Dave and Buster's, and no one told me to the last day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yes.
You had to go downstairs.
No, I had to go upstairs and walk across like a sky bridge or something like that.
Oh, okay, I know you had. Yeah.
Yeah. No one told me. Last day on the trip, told me. I went, okay, bet.
Bitches.
We trying to figure out what to do on the first day. We was literally across from David Buster's. I went, all right, cool, bet. I know next year. But yeah, continue.
Hey, we might. We should one night when we all off together. We should plan it out. Go hang out over there, and you can see that you're gonna see the fighting games over there. Then you're gonna see all the other games, and everybody gonna play all the games.
Bet.
Bring your quarters. Well, no, I think either they do quarters or tokens. I'm not sure, but I never went to the one down here. Like I said, I only went to the one up there.
We'll figure it out.
Right, it's kind of hard to be like, yo, we going on day? I got this barcade. Like, no chick want to go to the barcade down here. They trying to get their cheeks busted up in the back of the car, man.
Trying to hit that futon.
Right, G Money special.
Extra thick.
Extra thick. Oh, G Money started streaming. So y'all need to go check that out too.
Yeah, y'all go support our boy G Money. We give him a hard time, but he a good dude.
Don't worry, his Nightbot is in high demand, so y'all cannot troll him.
And I'm banned, so y'all won't be seeing me
His
talk.
Nightbot does work.
Y'all will instantly get banned. Y'all will instantly get banned. But speaking of being banned, Nintendo has lost their mind. So Nintendo has decided any old school emulators and ROMs need to be taken down. They got to be taken down. I said bet because I have your Nintendo Classics, so that means I just need to find the actual ROMs and I'm good. Because I can just put it on y'all system that is y'all hardware. And I think that's the main reason why they don't want it on the internet anymore. Because if they release that Nintendo 64 classic, it's gonna be over with. It's over with. You can get every Nintendo 64 game on their hardware and use their controller.
Yeah,
it's over with. Nintendo, like, we gotta stop this.
They're gonna mod it, just like how they did the other ones.
Yeah, because if they did that in the GameCube, they don't need nobody needs them. It's like y'all out of business. Y'all best hardware is used against you. 64. Like, your best hardware about to be used against you, and all we gonna do is put all the games on there. Like, they got Emu Paradise, and I have used Emu Paradise for years. I also own these games, so do not think I am downloading these illegally. I own these games, and I'm only using them for speed running purposes, because I feel you need to practice where you can control some variables, where you can slow it down, you can kind of see everything. I'm not playing it just to say, oh, I just want to play it because I can't go buy it or this and that. I have everything but a regular NES. I own a Super Nintendo, a Super Famicom, a Nintendo 64, a GameCube, a Wii. I just don't own the Switch. But for me, it does say that now all classic games are about to die. So unless you have a library full of ROMs for Nintendo, and you are just now the most valuable person in the world, but
gotta back them up.
Because at this point, it's dead. It's officially dead. There's no nothing at this point. I can't go back and play Pokemon Red on my PC now because I have the cartridge, but I don't have any way to play it because I can't find a Game Boy for a reasonable price that I trust that works. Or you get reduced to going to like places like GameWare, which I'm fortunate enough to have, and they have a excellent staff that they even order you games if they don't have it. But
pretty cool.
But you're reduced to just finding them or getting pay and pray online through eBay and like or going through garage sales and flea markets. But at this point, you just don't know. You just don't know what you're getting at this point. And I just feel bad that trusted sites like Emu Paradise are now just going away in fear of, I don't want to be sued, I don't want to draw my family and all these people, that we're just a bunch of gamers that just love the games and it's a lost art form now. Anything on a cartridge is limited. The batteries go out, they get corroded. They're the only places that still have something. And I just feel bad that Nintendo has now said those days are over with. And Nintendo don't even put a lot of their hardware on there because they don't even have the rights to some of the stuff anymore. We cannot go and play GoldenEye unless we all get around a Nintendo 64 and play it now. Because they don't own the rights to James Bond. Rare is owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft throw them in the closet just like they did Lionhead, who made Fable.
Yep.
They suffer from the Microsoft curse where Microsoft now owns all these big properties and they sit on them. And it makes gamers suffer because I'm not getting another Banjo-Kazooie that's going to be worth anything. I got to deal with the weird mechanics of Yooka-Laylee. We're not getting anything from another Fable game that's not going to be some shovelware or tech demos. It hurts that these games are extinct and I can't even show my child what fun games that I used to play and be like, yeah, here's Lion King. If you get past the monkey stage, you're a god. Those times are over with, and Nintendo really screw you on what you have available. and what you can do. And that's something that I don't like. It's really just messed up. That now for speed running, that's completely different. I know, and I don't know how you feel on it, but me, I think it's okay to use it not for legal time reasons, but practicing and learning strats for a game. It gives you more like save states and stuff like that. But some stuff I just don't feel comfortable playing. Integrity reasons, I don't feel comfortable playing on the emulator and trying to get like a world record for it, unless it's like some kind of handheld, like a Game Boy game or something like that. I can understand it because you can't record on an old Game Boy without sending somebody a file of you on a webcam playing a game.
Got Snapchat camera.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like, hey, you want to play Pokemon? Run that, fam. Cool. But this, no. There's no way you can record. Like, there's just no way you can do it for a Game Boy game. But for a Nintendo 64 game, a PlayStation game, if you really want the world record, go and invest in a disc. Make it legit. Make it real. Don't do an emulator. That defeats the integrity of people. I could play it on a keyboard or on an Xbox controller. That's not the same feeling as playing something on a Nintendo 64 controller and having your hand cramp up for like 30-45 minutes.
Right.
But I know you. How do you feel on the subject?
Well, until you, when you threw that out there to me the day I had started doing research, and I was like, wow, this is pretty rough. That's why I immediately said back to you about the emulators and speedrunner, because I do know for a fact that some speedrunners use the emulator version of certain games because it runs a little bit better and it's easy for them to record, and the speedrun community allows it. And I had to pull up the rules on that too in speedrunlive.com or whatever the website is. And it says for that specific game and category, everybody in that category has to agree on it unanimously for it to be acceptable in there, which is pretty good. But since speedrunners a lot of Nintendo games, like you do see PlayStation games, but most of those PlayStation games they came back on Steam, so
yeah,
you get a broken version at that point because now you can do a little bit extra with it. But back to what I was saying, with Nintendo doing this crackdown, I honestly don't like it. I really don't. I believe that since they started coming out with these NES Classic and Super NES Classic, they trying to monopolize on the money that they lost. Because I got a good feeling after a while you're gonna see a GBA Classic, Game Boy Classic come out where you can play your old Game Boy games again. And
have all of us, 90s, 80s, 90s, kids freaking out.
right, go pay $80 for a system. Like, I have the Super NES, and I think I haven't turned it on in like at least 4 months for sure. It's pretty bad, but I do have it because just in case I do want to play it. It's not for me. Like, I'm not a speedrunner. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a speedrunner, but I do like to play my old games. If you look at all the computer games I got, they not the AAA titles that came out the past couple of years. They really not. The older games that Left 4 Dead, and Final Fantasy 7 and 8, Saints Row, Grand Theft Auto 4, 3, San Andreas, like those games are old, man. For sure, 10 years plus. So, for Nintendo trying to crack down and monopolize on this thing, I think it's gonna hurt a lot of people. Not even one. This is like the biggest thing right here. every time Nintendo do these classic systems, they do it in a small quantity. They sell out. Then they want to ship. Then you gotta do like a ticket thing. Then people sell them online for outrageous prices. I don't have time for it. I'm not gonna want to stand in line for a $80 console where I can play all my old games. That, yeah, I probably paid, but I didn't pay for shit. My mom paid for it. She probably paid $80 and $30 for the game itself. But I'm not trying to stand in line for a chance to get a ticket for a chance to get the goddamn classic system.
That sound like how these Nike shoes be
right
releasing those Jordans.
Hell, even with Jordans, they make certain Jordans. By the time the release date come, you don't got enough to sell. Like, that's fucking retarded. So
It's already gone.
yeah. So I'm not digging it. I'm not digging it at all. Like, you about to shut down something that's been going on for years just because you trying to make your little money off of it. Nah, leave it alone. It's there for a reason. It serves the purpose for a reason. Because not just on the NES and the Super NES Classic, there's a lot of games out there that's not on them. And there are a lot of people who still want to play.
Yes.
You can't get your hands on the game. It's hard to get your hands on the GameCube and a Nintendo 64, and also get your hands on certain games.
It's hard getting controllers for them. It's hard getting controllers.
Exactly. Like, a lot of this stuff is collector stuff now. It's sitting on somebody's shelf collecting dust. So what Nintendo doing is just wrong. I love Nintendo. It's been a big part of my whole life. I mean, come on, I've been playing Super Mario my whole, like, I think, but yesterday you was talking in stream where you was like, yeah, Super Mario got a special place in my heart. And I felt that, dog. I really did, because I was like, damn. I remember those days I used to play Super Mario, then I get mad, hit reset, and play fucking Duck Hunt.
Where they gun it?
Exactly. So y'all know what I'm talking about. And then I still have my Golden Legend of Zelda cartridge.
Oh yeah.
So,
I lost that.
And you know how you had to save that shit?
Yep.
I didn't find out until I was like 50, 60 years old how to save the shit. You hit the power button, you hit reset. That's how you save it. So for a long time I kept the bitch on and just hope that bitch didn't freeze. And it froze a lot of times.
Be like, no.
Right. Progress gone. Starting off with 3 hearts again. So it's a blow. It's a blow to the community. It's a blow to a lot of people. It's a blow to the gamers, and it's a blow to the people that's coming up. The other generations behind us that's coming and gonna want to experience these things. Because who's gonna, like, if I ever have kids, like, the first system they gonna ever hear about is gonna be what comes out after the PS4 and the Xbox One.
PC?
The new PC.
Right.
They don't have PCs? They be running Steam?
Here's their Steam link.
I'm not gonna get lucky. Whoever I get knocked up gonna probably leave me and put me on child support.
Oh my.
They gonna be like, Dad, what you do for a living? Well, you know, I sleep from my computer because your mom takes all my fucking money. What you got on your computer? Video games. Nobody play video games on a computer today. Get out of here. And I'm gonna be crying because I'm gonna still probably 1050 I got in this bitch.
No, bro, you gonna steal G Money computer.
Hey man, you're not supposed to say that out loud.
Bruh.
I don't know if you watch these shows.
G Money does not watch these. G Money, if you watch, timestamp when we said we coming for you.
Come steal your shit, bitch.
Somebody's just gonna go to the stream and tell them.
Right.
Hey, bro, lock your doors at night, bro.
Hey, I know where you live at now, man. I
Yeah.
got your address. I got your gate code.
No, you don't.
well, I got a ski mask and I know how to jump. I'm coming.
You can stand on top of the Mustang and just jump off the other side of the fence.
Besides, that's on the side of town where the police don't ride around too much anyway. So.
You're right. They don't know what sheriff office to call. They just be like, it's y'all.
By the time state police get there, I've been gone.
It'd be the next week.
But yeah, man, it's a blow. It's a big blow. But like I said, I got a good feeling. Nintendo gonna try to monopolize this note that they can make money, because like you saw with the NES, they did it for a certain amount. Then they waited a whole year and a half, and it's like, oh, we're gonna come back out with these. Really? That's kind of retarded. You should have just kept making them. Your Switch is selling like crazy. The Super NES was selling like crazy. Still selling like crazy. Keep that money going. That's why Nintendo is so far behind in the race to stay up money-wise with Sony and Xbox, or Sony and Microsoft. It's because of this reason. They create something, it's hot, then they take it off the shelf. The Wii was hot, then they decided to make the Wii U a couple of years later.
We wasn't finished with the Wii.
Right. Then they came out with the Switch. The Switch is hot. Keep it going. You might want to get some third-party publishers out there in there, but keep it going. And also, why the fuck G Money fucking calling me right now? Anyway, also 8-bit. I do got a Game Boy Color, and I got a regular Game Boy. If you ever want to use it, dog. So.
He probably want to tell you happy birthday, bro.
Oh God, my bro.
Happy birthday, bro.
What up, man? What up, bitch?
Hey, you want a box combo or
Oh, you gonna bring it to me?
He know where you live.
Yeah, I gave him the address. I need a candy acting.
That's a true friend right there.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
It's not 20 minutes, though.
It's gonna be 20 minutes to get halfway there, G Money.
G Money, you know where you stay at, right?
Alright, man.
Just call my name.
I'll bring it out.
yeah.
Alright.
He gonna miss that turn. He gonna miss that turn.
He comes to the side of the world he never been a part. He gonna see. He gonna realize. Because at night, for a good 2-mile stretch, on
Dark.
that long road, it's straight dark.
I know. I went. There is no light poles out here.
That man about to drive out there?
If I didn't have work in the morning, I would literally say, "Come pick me up. Come pick me up, because you gonna miss the turn. I know you are. Or you gonna fall asleep on the ride there."
Right. So I'm gonna see what he do. If he comes through, I'm not gonna talk about his family for another week.
That bird gonna be soggy. That food gonna be soggy. That food gonna be soggy.
Hey man, my boy come through on my birthday, so I do appreciate it. Cause nigga is kind of hungry. Boy had Tony's today. I haven't had Tony's in a long time.
Tony's? Like the
Seafood.
plate?
Yeah, well, you know they do the plates in there too.
Yeah.
So
The sad part is that's right by my job, but like I've only eaten there like once.
dog, it's been a long time.
Hold up. Let me end this.
Oh no, you could have did that.
Oh no. I'm gonna just end it so I can start recording.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. So that's it for us. We're gonna let G Money go ahead and survive, get lost on his way to Ed, and I appreciate y'all stopping by to. We got an official name, the Redline. Redline.
We gonna get somebody. We gonna get the original person that said Redline to record it, and we gonna use that as our intro.
Yes, we're gonna remix it. But I appreciate y'all for listening. Hit us up if y'all ever need anything. We gonna link everybody's stuff below.
Yup. Ziggy the Beats on Twitter. Was it Youngin? The Youngin?
Money Youngin, and you're gonna see a picture of Negro Diamonds.
And I am 8-Bit of Fun,
Mr. 8-Bit.
Mr. 8-Bit on Twitter, because they won't release my goddamn name. Whoever Dylan Johnson is, please just delete the Twitter account. Yes, he's one of the 5 coolest rappers of all time, and he's holding my Twitter account.
Wow.
So, guys, first and foremost, thank you all for supporting us as we make these transitions, being there for us. I appreciate y'all so much. And as always, we'll see y'all next time.
Later, folks.
Happy birthday, Ed!
I hop.